What's happening, folks? What's going on? What's going on? What's going on? And what's going on? I hope everybody is having an awesome day. It was nice outside. Holy smoke, man, was it awesome outside today. I did it. I was outside as much as I possibly could be outside. As much as I possibly could be outside. But I hope everybody has had an awesome day. I hope everybody's enjoying themselves and has enjoyed themselves. What is people talking about here? Yesterday they had, especially in Texas. I mean, that's pretty much where the spotlight was on what was going on down there in Texas. And we're going to be, oh man, I forgot my water. We're going to be dealing with the whole Texas get up here in a couple of seconds. I was just finishing reading something here. I've been going back and forth with a few people about situation in Texas and how the voting and people voting in Texas was in the whole nine. And I knew, and I said a couple of weeks ago, Wesley Hunt do not have a chance in hell. Even though everybody was talking about Corning and how bad he is and, Wesley, I knew for a fact to the point that I put pen to paper. What's up, Vic? How you doing, man? I put pen to paper and I said, Wesley Hunt do not have a chance in this race. He just don't. He don't, and I'm going to tell you about that in a little bit. But the one I really want to deal with and talk about is Jasmine Crockett and this young little upstart. Well, I don't know if he's upstart or what he is, but this is going to be good. This is going to be good because they're going to turn, or it's going to be a situation where they're going to be like, oh my goodness. And we all knew this was going to happen. But because it's Democrats, right? Everybody had to. Another long day for hauling dog nuggets. All right, bro. All right, working hard, man. I don't know what that's like anymore, man. I don't medically I had to walk away from an awesome job. I mean, awesome job. I'd been there for 24 years and medically I had to walk away from that. So I sit and I watch MSNBC, Fox News, News Nation, anyway. But this Texas situation that the Democrats have gotten themselves into. If I was the Democratic Party, and I said this before when both they wanted to run both of these, I said I would have asked Crockett, even though to me I think she's a good candidate. Don't get me wrong, I know a lot of people like her, dislike her because they swear, but now, she ghetto and all of this here type of stuff. I kind of like ghetto because I'm ghetto myself. Period, point blank. So I understand Jasmine Crockett. No ifs, ands, or buts. But I would have asked her to step down because if you run both of these against each other, black women are going to get upset. And black women are upset right now. Black women are upset because she lost. Black women are upset. Vic, yeah, she's down in the missus is down in Texas right now, helping her brother with funeral arrangements and everything for his youngest son. So that's what she's down there right now, getting that all taken care of. And matter of fact, I talked to her probably about an hour ago. They had to go get the casket done and get the plot and get all of that stuff done with everything. So they'll be down there for the next couple of days. His funeral will be on Friday, I do believe. So they will be laying him to rest on Friday. So that's where the missus is right now. She's actually down in Shorts, Texas. It's right outside of San Antonio. Right outside of San Antonio, Texas down there. But now they ran these two against each other. And right now, the black woman is pretty upset because she feels that the white and the Latinos came together to vote against this Tellerico, whatever his name is. It wasn't like Beto O'Rourke. Beto didn't have anybody really running against him. But all of a sudden, you put these two together on a Democratic ticket, two strong, which I do believe, two strong people, and you're going to run them against each other for one seat? That was that was so stupid. I called it a couple of weeks ago. And I said, watch this. They're going to have to make a choice. The voter is going to have to sit there and go, either we're going to vote for this black woman and we're going to make all these black women happy, or we're going to vote for this white man and we're going to make some of these white people happy. So those are the choices. Oh, man, I'm sorry to hear that, bro. You said I got the hospice news on my dad's wife. Man, with the cancer and everything. Man, sorry to hear that. I mean, I think it's been an ugly week. It's been an ugly 2 weeks for pretty much everybody. Ugly 2 weeks. Like I said, on Monday we got the news that her brother's youngest son is on his way to the hospital. Then the next day, the Kia boys run into the back of my wife's car, tore that up. And then on Thursday, this is last week, on Thursday of last week, come to find out that there could be a chance that HCMC is about to close, and I've got to go find a new place for a kidney transplant. That it's like one thing after the other has landed, and I'm sitting there going, I'm looking up at God going, dude, I really don't need any more. No, seriously, I don't need any more. You have pressed me and you have checked me and you have tested me, and I'm still not going anywhere. I'm not going anywhere. I'm right here. No matter how much you test me, I'm still gonna be right here. But last week, man, was one of those weeks where it was like, man, do we have to keep doing this? What's happening, John? Do we have to keep doing this? But so now you have a situation where this Tellerico, whatever his name, he's got to go out and try to tap dance to black folks. Because right now they're not hearing it. Right now, they're not hearing it. Appreciate it, man. I don't turn down prayers. I thank you very much for your prayers, man. But right now, the black folks ain't hearing it. They're not digging this guy. They're not trying to be with this guy. They're not trying to understand him or nothing. But the Democrats did this. Democrats did this to themselves. They had a choice. They go, okay, let's just, you know what? Let's just put up the black woman and let everybody get behind her. And we'll go from there. But they couldn't do that. So they put James up there against her. Them two battle it out. Now they got a rift in the Democratic Party. And the Democrats didn't read the room too well. No, they actually did not read the room too well. Because if Democrats had read the room, they would have been like, okay, he's got to go after some of these Latino votes. And right now, black folks ain't really dealing with Latinos because Trump is taking them away, right? Trump is going, whoop, I got you, and you. When we had told the Latino community, hey, let's get together, let's form a coalition, let's make this thing work, and we can all fight this thing together. But the Latino community was like, that's okay. We're going to go vote for Trump. And as soon as Trump got the vote, Trump started ishnaing them they ass out of here. Now, had I voted for Trump, I would have been voting for that. I would have been, get them all out. I'm one of them people now. I sit back, go, do you, Trump. Hit the Obama numbers. Because that's what he's going after. He's going, y'all know as well as I do, Trump wants to be better than Obama when it comes to deportation. Trump is going after that record. He's going after the record, man. Matter of fact, there was a couple more deportations here in Minnesota that went down. I don't know what happened, but I saw some things on Facebook where they was upset. So now you got this white man that's literally has to go and put hot sauce. No, listen to me. Listen to me. He's got to put hot sauce in his pocket. And he's got to show up somewhere, and he literally has to eat chitlins. Oh, James, he's got to eat some chitlins. He just can't walk up in black churches. He got to go sit down in somebody's cookout. Somebody's cookout. And he got to take him a big spoonful of chitlins, pull his hot sauce out of his pocket, sprinkle it on the chitlins, and that's what he's got to eat. And some black-eyed peas. If he want the black vote, that's what he has to do. This man this is going to be the hardest couple of weeks for this dude. Because black folks are sitting there saying, it ain't going to be, oh, let's just rally behind. No. They're saying, y'all shoved us to the side once again. Once again. Once again. You can say what you want about Jasmine. You can say whatever you want about Jasmine Crockett. But this is what I know. Boy, when she get rolling, she pisses people off. She pisses them off. She make them mad. And black women was digging Jasmine Crockett. They were. Black women, all of them was digging her. He said, I have an opinion about the criminals in their home countries that come here to escape justice. I have. Yeah, well, I don't know, Vic, if the criminals come here or if the government their government are actually sending them here. So that's one of those. I'll flip a coin on that. Their government is getting rid of them, sending them here. So that's going to be the big fight. That's going to be the big fight. Can this man, no matter what, because black people we're at a point now where we're like, we just rather not vote. We rather not show up. We rather not show up if the Democrats are not going to do anything. The Democrats have lost their way with the average everyday people. They have. They have, especially here in Minnesota. Especially here in Minnesota. And that's why the Democratic Socialist Party, that's why they were able to come in and make the grounds that they made in in Minnesota, because people were so fed up with your everyday Democrat, but they didn't want to go over to the Republicans. Hell no. That's why. So they said, well, let's go with the Democratic Socialist Party. That's why the Democratic Socialist Party here in the state of Minnesota is as big and got a little bit of power, because people didn't have. This is the reason why. This is the reason why. No, Vic, I didn't. I don't. That crap is just for show, because nothing's gonna happen from it. Nothing. Watch this, Vic. We sent 3 Republicans to Washington for what? What did they go down there for? Walter Hudson went down there and was screaming at one of the committee members. Correct? And what happened? Nothing. So I don't watch that crap. I don't watch that crap, bro. Because nothing's gonna come of it. Nothing. Don't matter who screamed at who. It doesn't matter who was unhinged. It's just for show. All of that crap is for show. Nothing's going to happen. Guarantee you. I promise that. Mark my word. You know why? Because certain things are happening. You remember a couple of weeks ago? Listen to me. Go back a couple of weeks ago. What did I say to y'all? I said I got a phone call from someone who said some things are about to happen, correct? And I said I couldn't say anything. They have arrested 2, 3 people now. I think it's 3 from all of this autism. Remember I told you that, right? I mean, I said that here. This autism, I told you, and I also said this autism thing is as big as, if y'all think Feed Your Future, if you think Feed Your Future is something, this autism is unbelievable. That dude, what is his name? Louis Grouse? Is that his name? He said 500 clinics or whatever. He said 500 of them. Out of the 500, only about 6 clinics has re-signed up. Out of 5, listen to me, 500. Now, think about this now. Let's say 20 out of the 500. I'm just saying this. I'm just throwing a number out. Let's say 20 clinics were stealing money from the government. Correct? Let's say each clinic took about $20 million. Let's say each clinic had a total of probably 150 people in this fake frauded clinic. He said 6 out of the 5. Yeah, 6 out of the 500 were actually registered. Now, I'm not going to say where I just pulled 20 out. Let's say even if they had, if there was 20 and all those 20 were in one community, do the math. This is why I'm telling you all, and I've made myself clear. It doesn't matter what Keith Ellison says. It doesn't matter what Tim Wall says. It doesn't matter what any Democrat says to you all. What I'm telling you is what I know. That fraud that ran through the Somali, listen to me what I'm saying. And I want you guys to understand what I'm saying. Now, they're going to sit here and say, oh, no, Rev, it was only about 5%. That's what they're going to tell you. Let me explain. Let me make myself clear. The fraud went through the Somali community from Duluth to Bemidji to Minneapolis to St. Paul to St. Cloud down to Wilmer to Rochester and others. Now you're going to tell me that out of all of these places, that's 5% of the Somali community? No, they don't want you to know. Listen to me, people. And this is what pisses me off. This is what really pisses me off about Minnesota. We see it. I can tell you, but I still can't get enough people together to say enough is enough. I can't do that. I can show you exactly how these people robbed this state, took money from you. The Hennepin County HCMC is about to close because they're not going to tell you this, but the truth is, all of these immigrants that are being, they are housed, when they go to the doctor, they can't pay their doctor bills. Where did that money, how do they get paid? Who pays? We do. And then when we can't pay, guess what happens? They start closing down places. Abbott was closing down because they couldn't pay their bills because they got so many people coming in that place that can't pay, that don't look like us. So somebody like me, it affects you. Why it pisses me off? Because it affects me. I paid my taxes here and still paying taxes in the state of Minnesota since 1990. They take taxes out. They got us really good last year. No, the year before last. They got us really good. Because to be honest with you, there was a time that, yeah, my wife and I together made good money. I mean, good money. To where we had to send the even, watch this. This is no joke. So my wife is in human resources. That's what she does, right? She got her degree, got all of that. So you do the math when it comes to the money. That's all I gotta say. All right? And my wife made considerably more money than I did. All right? And we made that choice. When we first got together, we was talking about what we were going to do with our career. I went out and busted my butt with 3-4 jobs. My wife went to school, got her degree. We knew once she got her degree, and if she got herself established and got into one of these we knew the money she was going to be bringing home. There was never a doubt. There's never a time when I sit back and go, look at me. I don't, my wife make more money. Look, man, it was planned. We planned it that way because we knew what she wanted to do. So we pay crazy amount of money back into the state of Minnesota. And I make good money too. I mean, I program card access systems. I was a programmer. That's what I did. So we made a really, really good amount of money. So I paid my fair share into the state of Minnesota. So if I need services, which I never did, I never, did anything. But when I need the service, I should be able to use the services that my tax dollars paid for. So, boom, they say, a couple of years ago, you're going to need a kidney. Oh, wow, okay. They set me up with Abbott. Come to find out, Abbott is having problems with their with bills and all of this here. So they closed down their kidney transplant center. Closed it down because they couldn't afford to have it open. They couldn't afford to have other services open. They had to close down this and close down this and close down this here. So they closed down a lot of things that was helping people like myself. So we go over to HCMC. So all the doctors leave Abbott. They all go over to HCMC. And as long as I stay in network, I can afford to do this. My wife and I, we figured it out. I can afford to do this on my own because of the life that we put ourselves, where we put ourselves. Man, I didn't go out and buy boats and motorcycles and RVs and all of this here type stuff. No, we didn't do that. A lot of my money went into 401k. A lot of my money went into stocks. A lot of it. But we move over to HCMC thinking everything is cool. Well, come to find out, HCMC have been in trouble. They just hadn't said anything to anybody, pretty much. And now they finally said, hey, we may have to close down. So now I just got into this after a year of not being on the kidney transplant list because it took me that long to move over to HCMC to go through all of the testing and everything else that I had to go through HCMC to only find out that there could be a chance that HCMC is about to close. Why? Because Tim Walz and these knucklehead Democrats want to take care of everybody instead of the people who are here, who have paid into the system, who have done the right thing, who have not caused any problems at all. But I suffer. I have to suffer because of the Democrats and what they do here in the state of Minnesota. I have to suffer. So if HCMC closes, boom, I've got to go find another kidney transplant place. So I've got to go through probably another year or so waiting in line with everybody else who's going to be moving over there, wherever we go. And then I got to make sure it's in network. Because if it's not in network, I'm going to be paying a lot of money while I'm waiting for a kidney. Now, like I said, we're comfortable. We're comfortable. But I'm not rich. That's different. I'm not Bill Gates. I'm not I didn't play NBA football or something like that, and I stashed up all this money. We're very, very comfortable, but I ain't scary rich. That ain't it. But because of what the Democratic Party has done here to this state, somebody like me who have never been in trouble with the law, who always paid my taxes, who's always busted my butt for other people and the things that I do in the community and help in the community and all of that, I gotta suffer for other people. That's crazy. That's crazy. And it does not make any sense. But because of the Democratic Party here in the state of Minnesota, that's what they believe. They believe that I should suffer. It's the same thing when it comes to firearms. The Democrats do not want to use the bills that's on the table to keep guns out of these here thugs' hands. So what do? They come after who? A law-abiding citizen who have done nothing but paid my bills, did the right thing, ain't tried, no problems, nowhere, no how. They come after me to take my firearm from me because they would rather for these criminals to run around here and go free. They just let a criminal out. He somehow went and found a gun, shot up. I was just at the Boys Bloom release just the other day. The very kid that was shot and killed with his other uncle, his other family member. The dude who shot them was a criminal. How was he able to get a gun? But Democrats don't give a damn about that. They don't care about that. Then the criminal goes all the way over to Brooklyn Park, has a shootout with the police, and he gets killed. And I guarantee you, nobody is going to try to figure out how he got that gun. Not one black person in the community is going to ask the very questions that I keep telling people to ask. You know what they're going to do? Just like they always do. They use this type of stuff to put money in their pocket. So the Democrats in Texas and all around, as far as I'm concerned, because a lot of black women are seeing what they did in Texas. This is what the Democrats did to this black woman in Texas. I said a while ago, if I was the Democrats, I would ask Jasmine Crockett to step down for right now. Jasmine, please step down. We don't want this to go down. We don't want this to happen because this is going to be the deal. Black folks are going to be sitting there going, okay. Because I guarantee you, who voted for Jasmine? Black women, black people. Who voted for this cat, this new Jack that's out there? White people and Latinos. Guarantee you. Wait till the numbers come out. Wait till the numbers come out, and I want you to look at the numbers and see exactly what I'm saying. So the Democrats have actually hurt themselves in a way when it comes to black people all around. All around. But the cherry on top of the cake for a lot of us, and I've been going back and forth with a lot of brothers on this today. Look, people. Now, we're not saying every black person should be a Colin Powell. Some of you probably don't know. Y'all know who Mr. Colin Powell is, right? We're not saying every black person has to be a Colin Powell. But if you can come as close to that when you call yourself being a black Republican, I believe you can get more black people on board. But when you are Wesley Hunt, and I am, boy, I told y'all. I told you. I just want to make sure. Like I said, I said, Wesley Hunt, they ain't voting for that black man. I made myself clear. I stuck by it no matter what people called me, how people, y'all know you wasn't voting for that black man. Y'all know that as well as you do. I do. You know it. You know it. You wasn't. No matter how bad Cornish is and that other Patton dude. No matter how bad them two do you. All of y'all said it was, you were not voting for Wesley Hunt. You wasn't. Y'all made Wesley believe. I got this one dude that was on there saying it was going to be a blowout. Wesley was going to blow him out and all this here type of stuff. I was cracking up. I'm sitting there going, they're not vote. Wesley is done. Wesley, his job, no, hold on. Wesley's job was to be that token for Donald Trump, where they can put him out there and he can talk black and he can act this and act. That's what his job was. Once he was done with that, that's when people was like, bye-bye Wesley Hunt. Wesley saw it just like I saw it. I don't think y'all read some of the comments or get understanding or go into some of these here spaces sometime, do you? I don't think y'all do. Look, I got time. That's what I keep telling you, making you guys understand. I got time for this stuff. I got time to research stuff. I got time to go in these spaces. I got time to go back with my trolls. I got all the damn time in the world. I do. So I follow people. I follow Wesley Hunt. I read some of the things that people say about him. And I told Wesley Hunt. Told him, you ain't winning, brother. I said, you're not winning. And they got on me. Wesley Hunt's people came after me. And guess who was right? Dude didn't even get 14% of the vote. Didn't even get 14% of the vote. Y'all chummed this man up because you needed him. You needed him to go after, try to help get that black vote. And y'all make Wesley feel like he was on top of the world. And look at what you did to him. You chopped him down. Kicked him to the curb. Y'all couldn't even give him 14%. Dang. Wow. So, out of the 5, there's 4 left. Tim Scott is never going anywhere. Tim Scott is never going. Tim Scott he's that Chicken George. Chicken George, if y'all don't know who Chicken George, if you ever watched Roots, right? Chicken George was like the fixture on the plantation. Every other slave can be sold off, can be shot, killed, done. Didn't care about them. They can be dropped like a hot potato. But Chicken George was the one slave, look it up. Chicken George was that one slave that the master would never let go, ever, no matter what he did. Donald Trump was mad at Tim Scott a couple days ago, back, right? When Tim Scott told Donald Trump, that's the racist thing I ever seen come out of the White House. That hurt Donald Trump. That his main slave is going to criticize him. But he forgave him. So Tim Scott is that black Chicken George that will never go anywhere. Now, the rest of these here buffoons, your Donald, Byron Donald, your Wesley Hunt, your Vernon Jordan, they're expendable. So now we wait. I want to see what you guys do in Florida for Byron. I want to see what you do in Florida for Byron. And if Byron don't win the governor of Florida, it is over. It is over for black folks in the Republican Party. It is over. Byron is the straw right now that's holding up all these other so-called House Negroes. If Byron goes down, I'm just saying, I'm just saying, Wesley, y'all pump Wesley Hunt up. Wesley Hunt did all that tap dancing. Wesley Hunt worked hard. I'm talking that this brother was out there working his butt off. And what did he get in the end of this? Nothing. Nothing. He's going bye-bye. And that's good. That's good. That's good. I'm glad, because I'm tired of hearing him. I'm serious. I'm tired of hearing him. Now, you didn't hear when Colin Powell was with Bush. Colin Powell is a conservative. That is a black conservative. What did he do? He did his job. But yet he still spoke on the things about who he is in his community. Wesley Hunt didn't do that. That's what they hear. Hold on, white people. Now let me explain this thing to you. Y'all, just like tonight, people always talking about Wesley Hunt was the first one that's running around here talking about, well, look at me. I'm a black man, and look at all the people who voted for me as white people. And I'm sitting there going, Wesley, why do it have to be about race? You know, because that's what we always get. You know, white people love to do that when you're talking about another black person. Why does it have to be about race, Rev? Well, you made it about race. I only talk about race. Hello? Go check my timeline. Go check anything that I've ever said. I talk about race when you talk about it. When somebody puts it out there, I'm gonna talk about it. Colin Powell, that people ask me, well, what are you, Rev? I'm a Colin Powell conservative. Go look it up. Colin Powell was not a Republican, even though he was with the Republicans. That's why everybody was like, whoa, wait a minute, Rev. How can you back Brad Collier, right? That's what everybody was saying. How can you be on the ticket with Brad Collier and Brad is a Republican? What you don't understand is I knew two different Brads, okay? I knew the Brad that I was going to run with, who said that he was more independent and he was going to show that he was a Republican. That's what Brad told me. That's why I got on the ticket with Brad. But when Brad's campaign was upset at me because I was not Republican on enough and I wouldn't say Republican talking points, that's when Brad and I had to split ways. Hey, what's going on, Liberty? How you doing tonight? That's when Brad and I had to split ways because they wanted me to throw out red meat. They wanted me to be that, rah, let's turn Minnesota red. Minnesota has to go red. Red this and red that. That's the reason Brad and I split ways, because I told him I'm not Republican. I will never be Republican. I will never give you Republican talking points. Ever. You have never, not one time have you ever heard me on here talking about Republican talking points. You ain't never. I have never said I was Republican. I never told anybody I was Republican. People always say about, well, you got all these Republicans and these MAGA people following you. I don't know why. I have never once said that I was a Republican. I've never once said I was MAGA or any of that stuff. You have never heard that come out of my mouth. Ever. What I said is I am a conservative. And yes, I see Republican and conservative as two different parties. That's why I always correct people. When people try to say, well, I'm a conservative. No, you're not. You're a Republican. Because you have the Republican talking points. I believe in the Second Amendment. I believe in my religion. I believe in the Bible. I believe in a man and it's a man and a woman that should be. I believe in conservatism. That's what I believe in. That's what I've always. My grandfather died a conservative. Never switched. Never went over to the Democratic Party because he couldn't get with what the Democratic Party was bringing to the table, who they were. He died a conservative. I'm going to die a conservative. Now, have I voted for Democrats? Sure I have. Yeah. Just like Colin Powell. Did he vote for Democrats? Yeah, he did. Did he vote for Republicans? Yeah, he did. I vote for a Republican. What I don't do is I'm not a Wesley Hunt. What Wesley Hunt has done for himself and his career, like Wesley Hunt can never come to the black community. The black community will never embrace Wesley Hunt because of the ass kissing that Wesley Hunt felt he has to do. Wesley Hunt felt that he has to drop anything about himself that has to do with his culture and what he looks like. That's why black people today are clapping that Wesley Hunt is gone, because we're tired of him talking the way he do about black people. That's why we wanted Wesley Hunt gone. Just like Byron Donald. I wouldn't vote for Byron Donald if you paid me to. Not because I don't like him, it's because of his attitude and who he is and what he has to do in order to be part of the Republican Party. Same with Tim Scott. If I was in South Carolina, just like all the other black people in South Carolina, would not vote for Tim Scott. Would not, won't not, ever. And everybody that I named to you has a white district. White people are voting for these people so they can dance for them. Same thing here in Minnesota. There's 2 black people in the Republican Party that's actually a state official or a representative. 2. And both of them, in order for them to be Lisa Dumas, who's running for governor, and Walter Hudson. And in order for them to be part of the Republican Party, they have to literally throw away who they are as a people. Period. That's how it works. And then Walter Hudson has to go and be a buffoon and dance for his people. And both of them, Walter Hudson and Lisa, districts are white people. You know, black people in Walter's district. There's no black people in Lisa's district. So they can't cut up. They can't be like me. Walter and Lisa can't be like me. And if I wanted into the Republican Party, I've got to be like Lisa and I got to be like Walter. I've got to completely let go of my blackness and who I am as a black man. I can no longer sit here and say that I'm black and I'm proud. Walter can never do that. Lisa can never do that, because when you do that, you scare white people. A proud black man scares white people. Those are facts, people. I've got to come down to your level. I've got to, as y'all say, I have to assimilate. I ain't assimilating for no damn body. I'm happy about who I am, period, point blank. So no, I cannot be a Lisa Dumas. And I cannot be a Walter Hudson. That's what y'all like. And I've made that clear from day one. I ain't bending over for nobody. I'm good. I just like I don't need you, you don't need me. We can get along without each other. So Wesley Hunt, and y'all showing Wesley Hunt that y'all don't want him anymore, y'all don't need him anymore. Thank you. I so appreciate y'all, because I'm tired of people like him. Just like Stacey Dash. Where's Stacey Dash? I remember when Stacey Dash was all a rave with the Republican. Y'all loved Stacey Dash. Where's she at now? Where's Amber Rose? Remember when Amber Rose was the big thing with y'all? Where's Amber? Where's these token black folks? I remember when that kid, what's that kid? C.J. Pearson. I remember when he was coming up, when y'all was making him into something. He ain't all of that in a bag of chips anymore for some reason. What's that? Pierce. What was his name? The other black guy that was on. I'll remember his name. But there was another black dude that was just annoying, like a little gnat. That y'all's picking him up. Mark Burns. What happened to Mark Burns? What happened to that pastor that y'all was so in love with? That black pastor that y'all was so in love with him. Where he at? It's just always funny to me how Republicans always are the first ones to run around. Black folks on the plantation with the Democrats. They just use black. Look at you all. Every time y'all get a black person, and once y'all done with him, y'all drop them black people like hot potatoes. Those are facts. There's another kid. We got this dude here. Named Nathan. His name Nathan. So Nathan, he's got disabilities. He's a black dude. He's got disabilities. And the right wing have picked him up. Watch. He did some testifying at the Capitol. All right? And he went on the radio station with Jack Tomczak. Jack Tomczak got his hands on him now. He's all happy to get him on his show. And the reason he's on Jack Tomczak's show right now is because he's talking their talk. He's exactly what Zach Tomczak and the rest of them Republicans want to hear. This dude is doing exactly that. The sad part about it is he don't have this up here to realize he's just being used. He's right here in Minnesota. He's been advocating because of all this stuff that's been going on with the health and all that their type of stuff. But the right wingers have got their hands on him, and they're going to be pushing him for a little bit until they get tired of him, and then you won't watch. Then you won't see him no more. Look him up. It's Nathan. It's Nathan something Nathan or something like that. He's a black dude. Slicks his hair back, and he talks really, really funny. He's got a couple videos out here that he was on. Look up Jack Tomczak. Look up his show. But he was on Jack's show, and I can here. And the reason I can tell you all, like I told you guys, listen to me for a second. I only talk about what I know. And I know for a fact that's how it works, especially in radio here. Because, white people own the airwaves. Hey, we don't have any really black shows or anything of that sort here in Minnesota. Right? You got, I'll give you a perfect example. John Justice. Right? John Justice is a perfect example. There's two black people, well, the skin folks, not kin folks, that go on John Justice show. And the reason they go on John Justice show is because they tell John exactly what he wants to hear. And especially if John has a gripe with the black community, which he always do. John Justice do not like the black community. Let's just make sure y'all understand that. So what John Justice does is he calls up his puppets, either A.K. Kimura or Walter Hudson, two black guys. He'll get them on the show. He'll feed them whatever he needs to be able to say that he can't say. But they come on the show and say it for him. Those are the black people that you will see on most white radio station shows, right? Y'all, you know that as well as I do, especially here in Minnesota. It's like people's asking me, well, why aren't you on this here show anymore? Because I did exactly what they promote, push back. And the minute I pushed back, it was like, it wasn't them. It was their base. It was their audience. This dude is too truthful. This dude is telling us the truth. This dude is opening our eyes. This dude is making sense. We don't want this dude. And the reason I can say that is because I read the comments on their from their feed, from their post. That's why I can say it. I'm telling you what they said, what the comments would be on these posts. Oh, you can't have him on anymore. He can't come on your show anymore. And instead of them standing up and going, no, we want you to have the truth. We want you to hear the things that's going on. We want you. They said, okay, we won't have him on our show anymore. Those are facts, people. I'm not just saying that to say it. I'm telling you exactly how it happened. I'm telling you exactly what went down. But if you do stupid things, if you act stupid, if you talk about your own people who look like you, right? If you give them the hot take and you do this, they'll keep you on. Matter of fact, you can host their shows. But someone who's out in the streets doing the things that I do, being the place that I be, help the people that I help, and all this here, they don't want what I'm telling you. There's a group of people out there that don't want the truth, and there's there's radio stations and podcasts that don't want to give you the truth. Because if you got the truth, you would open your eyes and start going, "Oh my God, I can't believe I was doing that. I can't believe this is how I was doing my life. I can't believe this is." They don't want you to do that, because that's money out of their pockets. Can you imagine if the people who listen to John Justice go, we don't want to hear this ugliness anymore? We want to leave Nineveh, right? I know people, I always say this here. I will always say Nineveh, because Nineveh was a place that was just bad. Unbelievably bad. Just bad people all around. The vibe was bad. The king was bad. The horses, the cows, the pigs, everything about Nineveh was bad. And there are actually people who that's what they want to hear. They don't want anything different. They don't want to hear anything different. They don't want to believe anything different. They don't want to see the world any different way. They don't want to come together and make things better for everybody. They're the type of people, you listen to John Justice, the type of people that listen to John Justice is those people who hate anything that doesn't look like them. And they believe that everything that don't look like them is hurting everything about them. Instead of all of us coming together and figuring this thing out and seeing that we're sitting back and we're letting the government, that's who's doing this. We're letting the government just crap all over us. And because we're out here, we got people like John Justice who put hate in certain people's heart. This is what we Minnesota is what we come down to be. To where, like I said, they're literally closing hospitals and clinics to help people, because they have opened the doors and try to be helpful to everybody. Now, again, I believe in helping people. Don't get me wrong. I will never say be that rabbi that walked on the other side of the road. Always be the stranger that stopped to help. But there's only so many people we can do that to. No, there's only so many people we can do that to. And I think God understands that, to the point where we have to go back and start helping the other people who have always helped other people who need help. That's where we need to be. That's where we have to go. That's what I've always preached, people. Regardless of what color you are, regardless of what you look at, regardless of what you look like. If we was to come together one day and start helping each other, we wouldn't be in the situation that we're in. But we're in this situation because we let people divide us. We let people tell us to hate each other. We let people fill your head full of crap about this person and that person. And it's just not true. It's just not right, man. But anyway, finish up tonight here real quick. Dude was asked me a question about Iran and Iraq and all this here, all the bombing and the stuff that's going on. And when I was growing up, when I was a boy, and some of y'all probably don't remember this, some of you probably do. When President Carter, I was around then. That's how old I am. Some of you probably wasn't around when Carter was president, but I was. So Iran took all of these hostages. I don't know if y'all remember that. If not, look it up. So they took all of these hostages, right? And they were going to let them go. But then Ronald Reagan was like, hey, don't do that. If you let them go, I lose the election. He was like, nah, we're going to let them go. Ronald Reagan was like, no, don't do that. But Iran said, we're not going to keep everybody. So they said, you know what we're going to do? We're going to release the black folks. True story. Look it up. Iran said, because we realize how bad America had treated the black man and the black woman. Look it up. Look it up. I wouldn't tell you something that's not true, that you can't look up. But they released all the black people. So I look, I gotta look at it this way. I ain't got nothing to say about it. I mean, if they want to fight over there, go for it, man. Go for it. Y'all knock each other out. Do whatever you got to do. If Trump goes over there and these people, it's kind of right now. It's kind of remind me of Vietnam. Like my uncles who were in Vietnam when they came home, and when I talk to them now, how they sit there and go, we knew we couldn't win. And my uncles were saying, they go, we knew that. We knew we couldn't win. There was no way, he was saying, there's no way we could win this war. Not on their turf like this. Not by ourselves. And they didn't. Got the butt kicked. A lot of black men died over in Vietnam. Correct? Well, the way it looks now, I don't think Trump was ready. especially when they got all of these new little drones that they're just flying around and just knocking crap out. I don't think they realize what these people have put together over there. So I do believe Trump thought that he was going to roll over there like Venezuela and drop a couple of bombs, and Venezuela be like, hey, dude, we ain't asked for this. Don't be bombing us. And now look at us. When you shoot down friendly fire, they say, oh, it was friendly fire. How much them jets cost? $300 million or something like that? So what was it, 3 of them? You do the math. They shot down people that we were supposed to be there helping. They shot down that much money. That's unbelievable, people. That is unbelievable. Now, we're going to put troops on the ground? That's what I want to know. That's what I want to know. And the strategy, man, look. You can say what you want about them Iranians over there. You can call them what you want. But what they're doing right now, dude, they're like, everybody gets some. United States want to mess with us? Anybody that's close to us. That's some smart. No, you got to admit, hey, that's smart. Just start knocking out everybody. So I don't think these Iranians are as stupid as our government has told us. For them to stockpile all of this here stuff and wait. They've been waiting for a long time. Remember, this stuff goes all the way back to Carter. Yeah, man, way before Carter. This stuff goes all the way back there. So you can't tell me that they ain't been sitting there just waiting. Just waiting for the United States to do something. And they said, the minute y'all do. Now that bully, now you just sitting in school. That bully just messing with you every single day. You said one day. That's what it's just going to take one day, and I'm going to lose it. And you say, whether you take me out or not, what I do know is I'm going to get in a few good licks, but I'm going to make them worth it. That's what they're doing right now. Liberty said, I fear that's going to, right. That's the only way I think that this is going to be. I mean, Trump going to have to fly some people in there and drop them on the ground, start burning some stuff, shooting and tearing some stuff up. But as far as I'm concerned, like I said, back in the day, Iran let all the white black people go. I'm just saying, man, I be straight up with you. So I ain't got nothing bad to say. I ain't got nothing bad to say about him at all. But anyway, fam, I am done. I'm done. What time is it? Yep. I'm like 11 minutes over with everything. I got to go and I got to go and walk my doggy. Got to go get him a good walk in before, because he didn't get to go to daycare this morning because I was sick. So I couldn't get it because my wife usually takes him to daycare. And I got up this morning. I was sick, so I couldn't take him to daycare. So I had to call her and say, because he only goes one day a week, and that's Wednesday. He goes over to Deb's and he plays with all the dogs all day and the whole nine. So I got to go walk him now because he didn't get to go over there and hang out with all the other doggies, and that's why he's moping. That's why he's moping. Literally, he's moping around the house because he knows his Wednesday. I'm not kidding you. He knows it. And when we didn't go this morning, he's looking at me like, dude, what's going on? So I told him I'm not going to be able to make it. So I just hope and pray that after all of this stuff is done and Trump went over there and hey, you have a good night too, Liberty Man. I appreciate you stopping in and hanging out for a minute. I'm about to get off of this thing, my brother. But I hope and pray that when we're gone somewhere down the line, what Donald Trump has done with these here Iranians don't come back to bite us or don't come back to bite our kids. That these Iranians somewhere down the line one day go, y'all remember that one time when that dude Donald Trump decided to dump on us? Well, because our technology and everything else we got is better, we're coming for you. And it's our kids who pay the price for what he's doing today. So that's all I'm saying, man. So y'all can clap and cheer. And you know it's funny? Real quick. What's also funny is I went back and was looking at some of these top Republican influencers. You know, the ones that was saying that we didn't want when Donald Trump was running for president. And remember when Donald Trump was saying that he's not going to get us in a new war, and he said no wars and all this here, and all of these pundits and people who, you know, influencers. Remember when they was talking about, yeah, you're right, no more war, no more. Remember when they was saying all that? Well, where's those people now? This is the reason why I can't get behind a party, because they're hypocrites. They're hip. That's just the reason why I can't get behind a party. We was promised something, we were, and then they go and do something totally different as soon as they get in office. If you put me in the office, I'm not going to invade anybody. I'm not going to start any wars. I'm not going to shoot anybody. There won't be any drones. We won't be doing this. We're fighting what, 3 wars at one time right now. So I can't get behind a party, man. Y'all can keep your party. I'm going to stay right where I'm at because I'm good and I'm having fun. Anyway, fam, y'all have a good night. We will more than likely see you on Friday. I'm sure we'll have something to talk about unless something breaks out. I have to jump on here. I got to find out. I don't know if Don is going to have a show on Saturday or not. I got to find out. Black News. I got to find out and see if he's going to be on or not. But anyway, fam, y'all have a good night. I appreciate you all. Like always, understand and realize that we serve a good God, a mighty God, an unbelievable God, a God that no matter what goes on in your life, he's going to make sure things go right. Like I said, right now, because we are in Nineveh, and if you don't know what I'm talking about when I say Nineveh, what I need you to do is go read Jonah. Listen to me. And you'll get you. And if you still don't understand it, come back to me, hit me up and say, Rev, I didn't understand how Jonah and Nineveh has anything to do with what's going on today. But go read Jonah. And in Jonah, we'll explain anytime I say Nineveh, so you know what I'm talking about. And again, if you don't get it, let me know. And I'll be more than happy to break down the contrast between Jonah, Nineveh, and the world today. I'll be more than happy to do that for you. But because we got an awesome God, he said, I'll never leave you, I'll never forsake you. Say, you're the apple of my eye. Because he's that good. One day, didn't say it was going to be today, tomorrow, or whenever. One day, we will be in paradise. One day, we will be in his kingdom. One day, we will be right beside him. And for that alone, we have to put a smile on our face. And y'all know what we do with those smiles? We take them out and we smile at somebody. So somebody smile back at you. I'm out, fam. Peace. I appreciate y'all. Y'all have a good night. Bye-bye now.